My name's Nick Amos. We're here at Bricktastic 2023. As you can see, we've got a nice big GBC layout here, which is really good. So these are mine from here down to the little tiny tower down there. So we'll start off, we got Monkey Kong. I'll say now, these aren't my designs, these are ones that I've taken from Rebrickable and Planet GBC, which are brilliant places to get GBC designs off there. This Monkey Kong's designed by Stefan. Really great bloke. Met him in Scareback, got him to sign a tile which I put on the side, on the bottom, so you can see who it's designed by. Absolutely brilliant module. The crowd absolutely love it. Really brings the crowds in. Excellent module, works really well. It's a very good one. So here we got the bucket excavator. So as you can see, one bucket spotting it to the next. Really nice build. The only thing to look out for if you're going to build it is getting the timings on these buckets right and the angle, what they sit. Otherwise you start flying balls down the table, which gets very messy very quickly. So here we've got the tri-wheel. Again, absolutely lovely looking module.
That was designed by Stefan again, wasn't it?
Yeah, designed by Stefan again. Another one off Rebrickable. Runs absolutely sweet as well. It's one of the best
quite a new one as well,
isn't
isn't it? He's only just done it.
Yeah.
Was it this year or last year?
Last year, I think. Yeah. Runs absolutely sweet as a nut. It's one of my modules that I can kind of rely on. Now I've said that, I'm probably going to get no end of problems with it. Yeah. As soon as you say something like that.
There's another one over the other side which I've done, so we'll come to that later.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Here we've got the Escapade. Again, another one from there.
Have you had any problems with this, or?
So sometimes you get these come near the end of the line and then it doesn't pick the ball up.
Right.
But apart from that, it's ran quite sweet this weekend so far. It's been good. It's another one that the public love. And again, there's another one around the other side.
You got a mini figure here. Can you explain a bit about that?
That's our Bristol City figures. As a Bristol City fan, I like to get the club known everywhere I go. It was my 40th a couple of weeks ago, so someone got me a trophy with 40 on it, so I thought I'd just bring that along as well.
And did you build the snake here?
The snake.
Is that easy to build?
As part of like the instructions with this as well. So it's a lovely little thing. It's something I'm going to try and mod a little bit before the next event. So I kind of did the same as what everyone else does. You think you've got months and months for your next event, and suddenly it's a week away. And you've got a rush. So got that. I love this. This again, the stepper is from Rebrickable as well.
So has that ever got stuck with balls underneath?
So what's happened once is a load of balls built up here and then the chain comes off.
Oh right, okay.
So that's the one thing to look out for with it. And
you don't often see chains on GBC, do you?
No, it's there so you can hang crank it as well.
Yeah.
Obviously we put a motor on it, so that's a lot better. It runs at a slow speed as well. I tried running it at a bit of a faster speed and that's where it all clogged up. So we want to keep it a bit of a slower speed. That one's all good. A nice little, just a little
this is from Chicago, isn't it? Is that the Chicago one?
Yeah. Nice little module.
Ball pump, yeah?
Yeah, again, if you get a load of balls in there, it stops this, which then stops the module. So it's just a thing.
And have you ever tried making it taller or anything? Or is that
No, I just did it for that for now. But
I've done that with mine and it didn't work. So,
it didn't work?
No.
Oh, I kind of had plans of trying to make it taller.
Yeah.
And then encasing it.
Interesting to see how you go on with that.
Try and come out. Yeah. Basically, I want to try and do a dragon and have it come out like the dragon's mouth.
Yeah.
But I have all these plans and zero time, so I don't know where I.
We've done pretty well to now. I mean, you've been doing this what? 6 months?
Yeah, 6. Yeah, like 6 months. This is my first actual proper event.
Yeah.
Like out with it. So there's a bit of a baptism of fire to go to one of the biggest events.
I think you've done alright over the weekend, so
yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, so again, this module, I had a little bit of a problem with yesterday. A couple of the gears came out, but it runs well again, and it prefers a bit of a faster speed, although it looks quite slow. So that's what I learned with that one yesterday, is you get the speed up and it works a little bit better. We've got the stepper. Again,
Martial Arts, isn't it?
Yeah.
Make Arts.
Lovely module.
Yeah.
That's
an extended. Is that an extended version?
Yes.
Is that Jonathan Hurwitz's one? Yeah.
Yeah. John made that one, and it runs really smooth. It's a nice thing. Then we got the hamster wheel here. Again, so the only issue I've ever had which I ran it for 5 hours at home, no problems at all. Got here, and sometimes just the timing's bad. As the bar comes down, the ball goes through and just jams. Easy thing just to release the balls.
So it's a nice little cute models that people can build, isn't it?
Yeah. They're lovely looking as well. Just the movement on it.
There's Ethan. We see Ethan's from the States. His model quite a lot, don't we?
Yeah.
I think Hugh's got one and I've got one.
Yeah, I think everyone goes for this sort of thing in the beginning, don't they?
Yeah.
So they get going. They're good ones to learn as well. To like learn a bit about the gearing and stuff like that. It's quite a simple model.
I think Alan's got one over there, and he had to take it out yesterday. So
that was it. Yeah.
So you got your Bristol City again?
Yeah. So that badge is from 1983 when I was born.
Oh right.
So
that's nice.
I got that on my 40th. So
who's
just made something out
is
of
this a player that you got?
Yeah. Just a load of random players. They made like a big letters, and on one of them, on the F, was like a big football pitch at the top with a load of Bristol City players and stuff on it. So I just get able to keep them.
I love the way the balls go down these slopes.
Yeah. So
Jonathan, is this a Jonathan one?
Yeah. The slide you said in the beginning, he wasn't too sure whether you get enough, like whether it creates friction and stuff. Going down it and slow it down, but it works absolutely lovely. You just got to be careful and make sure you got something good on the inside of it, because they fly off. Yeah. Absolutely fly off. They pick up a good bit of
So I guess is this where you end?
Yeah, I've got the big bridge there as well.
Okay, let's go and just have a quick look at that.
Okay, you got your iron. There's lots of orange.
So the other one of mine is this.
So take the balls all the way up.
Yeah. Down along. And then down through here.
It makes a lovely noise.
Makes a lovely noise if you stood next to it all day.
Okay, we'll go on to Hugh.
Right, I'm Hugh Millington, founder of Bricktastic, you might know me as, and I also do GBC, so I'll tell you about my module here today. So my module starts at the start and end sign, which of course being a loop there isn't really a start and an end, but kids often ask their parents where's the start. So I thought we'll make a start and end sign, and then we can point to that when they ask us. So the first module here is just a very simple stepper, a micro arch design, which is always handy to have in the circuit because nice big reservoir, so you can let that store balls up when there are problems on the loop. And then moving on, we've got a variation of the micro arch stepper, which has been taken to extremes.
You want to follow one? There's a basketball.
I don't know what it is it 16, something like that?
We're trying to follow one of these oranges.
A nice rainbow colour, which people appreciate.
You want the blue one?
That one's nice and reliable as well. And now we're moving on to some of my smart modules using Technic hubs and the like.
So you actually designed this one yourself, didn't you?
I did, yes. Yeah, this was one that I tried to get working mechanically to sweep back and forth, and it is possible, but it just wasn't.
I think a few people have got those, haven't they?
That's right. But with the electronic hub there, you can obviously program it to go back and forth very easily. And the sensor there will detect when there are balls in the input basket, and it will only operate when there are. So it's an energy saving module, that's how I'm selling it to the kids. This one here is another smart module here with a spike prime hub. That then will also wait for balls to arrive and move them across on a sort of a forklift thing that rotates around.
Have anybody replicated any of these? Because these are your own designers as well, aren't they?
They are, yes. No, I've not seen this one yet. This is a relatively new module. Actually.
Right, okay.
Nobody's had a chance to do that one yet. This one, however, people have replicated this one.
I think somebody's paused it. Or it's jammed, I'm not
this
sure.
This is the first Spike Prime module I did. It's quite a simple one.
Oh, it does need
Just goes back and forth, and again it's got a sensor there
it's another one of them clever ones.
on the input.
Oh, that's nice. No, very smooth.
Nice and reliable, that one.
You've had this one for 3 years, is it? This lifter?
Yes, a couple of years I've had this one, that's right. Yes, this
Like
one
the,
again
the canal boat thing, isn't it?
is an original mechanism. It will wait for balls to arrive and it'll count them onto the arm, and when there's 15 I think it is. Of course, typically there's no balls coming along to demonstrate it here.
Oh yeah,
So I'll just pretend
this
I'm
one
a
must
ball
be counted as well.
to get it working.
Wait, is there a tiny mindstorm?
Yes, there is, that's right, that is there.
I didn't know they did those.
So this is an Ethan's design that you've
A variation on a theme that everyone makes. That's right. This time, I've got a little hub there. Energy saving again. Stripped down to its basics. I always like to use these frames wherever possible to keep the piece count and simplicity.
They're quite big those as well. Are they readily available on Britlink, the green ones? The green frames?
I'm not sure about green, but you can certainly get black and white quite easily. Yes, as you noticed, I like to have a variation of colours on my modules rather than black, which tends to be the popular choice for most builders. This one here is a full perk wheel. Again, this is a variation on one I saw at Scareback last year, and came back from there buzzing with inspiration and came up with this one using a Technic hub again, programmed with Pi bricks, as indeed all my hubs are, to operate that. Unfortunately, again, I don't know where all the balls have gone, but they're not.
We're back with Hugh after a little disaster over the other side with a motor blowing out. So we were just looking at
yes, where did we get to? I think it was
this machine. Yeah.
Right. Yes, this is based on a on the full perk wheel in Scotland. There are quite a few people have done GBC variations of it. This is my own take, using a Technic hub with some light sensors and what have you to control the motors and the wheel.
That's really cool.
And now we've got the ball gripper, which again is based on a machine that Myco Art had at Scareback last year. Kids used NXT, which is quite an old system now, so I thought I'd rebuild it with the latest Spike Prime. And that, that's a nice little module, that one. It works quite nicely. And the last of my smart modules is this one, the shark fin wheel, I should say. Which again,
you've adapted this one, haven't you? You've put more. The original one's just got 2 shark fins either side. I think you've got 6 there, haven't you?
Yes, a nice throughput of that one to create. So we get, again, that one stops and starts as balls arrive in the input.
So this one, I always seem to see this at every show that you do. It's obviously a favourite of yours?
Well, it's a handy module to have in a corner.
Yeah. Have you adapted this recently? Because it kind of looks a bit different to last time.
I think it's the same as it's always been.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it's a handy unit to have in the corner there. It fills a nice space. But as we will see, if we have any balls come along. You need something that can accept them coming in at a fast pace, because they get...
So this is your own design as well, isn't it, this pusher upper?
It is, yes, that's right. There are prior art, as it were, prior works of art there that use that similar mechanism, but that's my own version of it.
Cool.
Now we're coming to the ball accelerator, a crowd favourite. Just enough power there to fling them up the slope without accelerating them.
Is this your own design, or is...
It is, yes.
Yeah.
And this is a variation on a common design as well, this wheel here. I put something interesting on the end here for kids to watch, where it will wait for 3 balls to arrive in the buckets before tipping them out.
Yeah, I think that's quite unique, this one. I haven't seen, although I copied your design myself, I haven't seen anybody else with this bucket. There's variation on the theme, I guess, but
yes, it is, yes.
And you've got your archway.
Yes, the last module here, mine is the arch, and the interesting thing about that is that it has the ball counter. Here
is that down here, yeah?
So
we haven't got a count yet.
A Spike Prime module again, it's got a light sensor there that detects the balls as they go up, and here it shows the number of balls that are passed. So at the minute we're showing 233. I only turned it on 10 minutes ago.
Pretty sparse, isn't it?
Yesterday we had a figure, I think it was 12,900, something like that, wasn't it?
Right, yeah. and I think it was taking about 15 minutes for a ball to go round. Several people were timing it.
They
So,
have, yes.
and you've got these lovely tubes where the balls come down, and the GBC sign.
And now we're moving on to.
Okay, so this is Simon's little hamster wheel. So the balls shoot in and go taken around to the top, float down, and then they come to a pendulum. So the pendulum fills up, and once it's full, it rocks down into the next module.
So yeah, this is Hamster Dance. It's a simple chain lift, completely over-engineered as always, which is kind of my building style. I named it Hamster Dance simply for the tubes over here. I was looking on Bricklink, as you do, and I saw those tubes on there, and I was like, ooh, let's see if I can make a GBC module with them. So I did.
That's really cool.
Fairly reliable machine. It's occasionally balls get stuck down the bottom here.
I think we only had that about twice yesterday.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been behaving pretty well since then. That's really good.
Yeah. So I've got a couple of little tweaks on here to make, but the main power tower, as I call it, which is this section, that's pretty reliable now. I've managed to work out all the bugs and kinks in that, and yeah, it's a nice reliable machine. I'm quite pleased with that.
Cool.
It's my first ever GBC module.
So you got any plans for any others to come along?
Yeah, I've got plans for about 3 or 4 more.
All right, cool.
So yeah, hopefully they'll be started to be included in the loop later this year or early next year.
So now we're moving on to my modules. So this is a very simple little module that I saw online. Probably the simplest module you can do. We've got Nature Arts pusher upper stepper, and then we go to one of my favourites, which is a wave machine. Has a lovely motion, like the balls are waving up. Then we come on to my Jurassic Park build, which is just got a simple conveyor, and then it's got tubes, and the balls go very fast through the tubes. It's got a little Doctor Who module in the back there. It's got a spider from Harry Potter, and it's got quite a few dinosaurs. It's got a waterfall here as well. Sorry, can I squeeze by?
Watch out, that man's leg.
And then we've got a bucket conveyor. We go on to another Marcia Arts extended stepper, and this is a Akioki wheel. And then from that we go to a new model that I've done, which is a big wheel that's got a ramp on it, and it's got a new design from a guy in America for stopping the balls going through. Just got to wait for a few balls to come through. It's got a lovely motion at the top here. There we go, we've got some balls now. Then we go on to a conveyor which goes on to a bit of Duplo with a PV production funnel. It's a lovely motion of the balls sort of swirling into the funnel. And then we go on to a stalk wheel conveyor, which is fairly new. Stork designed it last year, and this is my version of it. It's not quite as tall as the one that he designed. Then we go to a side conveyor.
Morning. What do you want to know?
So you're Alan Story,
I am from my
and how many
team.
tables you got here today?
I haven't counted. I think I've got about 24 foot, something like that.
So you go up to the end,
tables.
yeah?
Yeah, mine's to the end.
Yeah. So this is your first module. Can you tell me a bit about this one?
Picking arms, very reliable. Although, as I say, I'm sure that at this point it'll fail. It's a reciprocating motion. The trick is in the side. There's an L beam, and as that goes up, I can slow this down. As it goes up, the beam hits on here. That's enough to just open out the mechanism. It brings it back, kicks it down, and on we go. I will speed that back up so that we deal with the balls. So basic stepper mechanism, hasn't caused any problems also.
So who designed that one? Do you know?
This one's Akiyuki.
And
This one, I'm going to be honest, I found the instructions online. I can't give it.
It's quite a nice one. It looks quite reliable.
It is reliable. It hasn't caused me any problems. Just passes the balls forward, which is then feeding into this cardan mechanism. Is that right, cardan?
Yes, I think they're the cardan, yeah.
So
That's a nice one as well. Is that one's fairly new to you, is it?
yeah, I've only had that for about 12 months. Now that I've it took some while to get it calibrated and working. I like it. It's a clever mechanism. It's dealing with a decent throughput of balls, and I like the upside down build of this, which takes it nicely into an out ramp.
So you've done Akioki does a lot of these things that lift up to connect
Yes,
to the...
to be honest, I'm not sure that they make a huge difference. The gradient of this ramp's not sufficient that the balls are coming out at a major speed, I suppose.
But it stops them going on to the tablecloth,
It
I guess.
does, like I say. Certainly on a steeper ramp, it would just act as an arrest, slow the ball down so it drops nicely back into the mechanism. I suppose it also just means that you can very clearly ensure that your output is above the next input.
So what about this one then? If that,
Basically,
you had that one a while, or?
I've had that probably about 18 months. I've only been doing GBC at shows for a couple of years. I started with 1 or 2 modules, and before I knew it, I kept sort of online seeing other amazing creations of the community, thinking I could do that, colour code it black and yellow as much as possible.
So you had any problems with this at shows?
No, this one's
Quite a reliable one, yeah?
really, because it's just a drive shot, a set of gears at the back, and then it's just geared and timed. So there's really not an awful lot that could go wrong with that one.
Yeah.
I had a problem earlier, a part fell off and then it wasn't feeding. Beyond that single issue, it's been okay.
So this is an interloper, which is for me, I believe.
It is one of yours, so I
this
will
is
leave you to talk about
so
that
this
one.
is an Akioki cup to cup, but I've just taken the concept here of the gears and used that, and then made the rest myself from other bits and pieces. So this is a big crowd pleaser as well.
Yeah, no, very like that one. As I say, it's got certain rare parts in it, but
Yeah, the cups are about, the silver cups are about 7 or 8 quid now.
yeah, it adds up. It adds up.
I know that Darren's made some plastic ones.
3D printed one.
Yeah, yeah.
Depends how you feel about fake Lego.
Yeah, yeah.
Custom Lego.
So this one is your snake or
I would call
serpentine.
I would call it the snake. I think it's got a different name from the originator of this one. This one over the show, it's been jamming about once an hour, but it's a great looking machine. I think one of the key things is it very much, you get a different speed of balls and groups of balls or whatever. This one very much meters it back into, because you can only output at that frequency. It's almost a regular frequency. That's ensuring we're not then getting sort of congestion further up. And then into my Archimedes screw. This was based on an Akiyuki design, but their design used the old skate ramps.
Yeah.
The skate ramps only came in white or old grey, I think, not fitting with my colour scheme. They're also increasingly hard to get, so everybody may have 1 or 2 in stock sort of in Britain stores. I had a lot of the banana beans. I thought there must be a way of using that. So I've sort of managed to get my colour scheme and yeah, it's a
So what's this one here then? Oh, this is obviously not GBC.
This isn't working. It's a bit of kinetic sculpture. Matt's got a couple of kinetic sculptures. I had it running earlier. I've got a problem with axle keeps popping out. All it does is it spins, and no, I'm not going to get it working.
No worries.
It's a very nice movement, really. I've had it working.
Cool.
I'd like to maybe work out a way of getting a GBC to take a ramp through the middle,
Oh,
and then integrate it just into the design,
Yeah.
into the circuit.
So this one then here.
This one is just a basic pusher, although obviously it's slaved best part of 8 pushers. A really interesting build technique underneath. That's the quarter arches, so they're built upside down. Again, which I thought was quite an interesting one. Very, very reliable. It's not caused me any problems for the whole show. We'll pick that up in a minute.
So now another Akioki, isn't it?
I believe it is. Just based on a pachinko machine. A very basic conveyor up to the top. On the way down, balls can fall through the arch in the centre, at which point they may come out either side. Completely random, obviously, as it bounces down. Many of the balls do end up going through the hoop, but not always. And then just into a digger mechanism.
You got the
That's the problem I mentioned. A ball every so often
live
just gets
bolt here, which is
caught
really
there,
good to see.
and simple as it will soon clear that backlog. Very, as I say, other than a single problem, I think that might just be a sink here, but it's been fine. Then into just the elevator, which I think is quite a clever mechanism, because as this goes up, it just introduces a gate bar which holds the balls back. Again, not my design, another one that I sort of borrowed from the community, but colour scheme to sort of suit my design. And then we're into one of my colleagues.
We've got some martial arts steppers. And this one is your corkscrew, isn't it, Martha?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then is that a martial arts as well, isn't it? This one here, yeah.
No, it's from
Stefan's module, yeah. Stefan did that.
That one.
And then what's this one here?
That was a module from a convention, like a workshop module.
Oh yeah, so from Chicago or something.
Yeah, probably. It's a simplified version of this one.
Yeah. Right.
It's like a simplified version of this one.
Yeah.
This is the one that took me the longest to get to work. But although some gears in there, they're like not needed, they're just spinning. But yeah, it took me quite a while to get to work.
And how do you find your little popper here?
It's alright, I just don't like the hitting in there. I even put a rubber bit on there, so it's not plastic,
Yeah.
but it's still like hitting myself.
And you've got this one here is quite good.
Yes.
It's the basketball popper.
Yes, the problem with this one is my legs. I need to get like new legs so they can all top the basket or not.
Right.
They are like used ones, so they're a bit tricky. Unfortunately, can only get them like from America in a quantity.
So they're like got springs in the legs or
Yes.
something with it.
Right. You can see.
And the man
They actually got springs, and the actual hands are different so that the ball can fit in there snugly. And also they got a...
So are they quite
notch.
expensive or?
This one's like this like shag. Yeah, but there are others, it's like street ball, not actual just NBA. Yeah, they can get a bit cheaper. But we just kind of need the light.
And then is that
That's from the lady that made the...
right, yeah.
I got that one.